Hello and welcome to the weekly market brief, your source for powerful insights, briefly told. I'm here to give you a concise yet comprehensive look at the markets for the week ending August 15, 2025. In this week's video, we'll dive into the performance of major US and UK markets, check in on commodities, and get the latest on Bitcoin and other top cryptocurrencies. We'll also spotlight a key sector that had a big week and look at a market-moving headline that everyone is talking about. Finally, we'll cover the unemployment numbers and preview the economic data you need to watch next week. Let's get started. First, let's look at the big picture for US and UK equities. The US markets had a strong week, with the S&P 500 rising by 0.29%. The Dow Jones rising by 0.54%, and the tech-heavy Nasdaq climbing by 0.49%. This was largely driven by continued expectations that the Federal Reserve will cut interest rates at its next meeting, which helped push markets to all-time highs during the week. Over in the UK, the FTSE 100 closed at 9,138.9, up for the week. The UK market saw a steady performance as investors reacted to new GDP data, which showed the economy grew by 0.3% in the last quarter. Beyond stocks, let's check in on commodities, which often act as a barometer for the global economy. Gold prices fell slightly this week to around $3,338 per ounce. Meanwhile, crude oil prices also fell, with Brent crude trading at around $65.12 a barrel. The drop was largely a result of concerns about a global economic slowdown and an increase in U.S. oil production. In the world of crypto, Bitcoin is trading around $117,622, showing a weekly gain of 0.84%. Please note that these prices are current at the time of the recording of this video, as crypto can be volatile. Other key cryptocurrencies also saw significant movement this week. Ethereum, ETH, rose by 11.77%. Solana Sol rose by 4.97%, while Ripple XRP fell by -6.34%. This week, our sector spotlight is on the insurance sector. This industry had a very strong week, largely driven by news of a massive investment by famed investor Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway into United Health Group. This sent a ripple effect through the sector, as investors took the investment as a bullish sign for the industry's future. Now, let's dive into the market-moving headlines that define the week. The biggest story that everyone is talking about is the latest U.S. inflation data. A disappointing report about inflation at the wholesale level made some traders pull back their bets for an early interest rate cut. This news contributed to some volatility in the market, but overall, the market sentiment for a September rate cut remained strong. To wrap things up, let's look at the employment numbers and the key data on next week's economic calendar. The latest U.S. unemployment rate is 4.2%. And the UK's rate is 4.7%. These numbers are important because they are closely watched by central banks when considering interest rate changes. Looking ahead, here are the dates and reports to keep an eye on. On Tuesday, the UK's unemployment data is released. On Wednesday, the US's Producer Price Index, PPI, is released. And on Thursday, we get the US's initial jobless claims. These reports will be crucial for understanding where markets may head next week. Now for our weekly quote. This week's comes from legendary investor Warren Buffett. Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. That's your comprehensive rundown for the week. I hope these insights help you in your investment journey. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Remember our slogan, powerful insights briefly told. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.